Hello. I'd just like to start by thanking, obviously, the foundation, the territory we're on, Tsleil-Waututh, Squamish, Musqueam. Actually, I'll raise my hand as Squamish because they've been my hosts for a long time. Spirit Works resides on Squamish lands, and they've been the most amazing, lovely hosts. Also, I wanted to raise my hands to my staff who are here today, who are much more like family than staff, but in any event, it's interesting employee dynamics. Tallahat Aboriginal Capital Corporation, you bet. Sandy Wong isn't here tonight, but Sandy represents the rich uncle I never had. They always keep us in the black. And of course, my partner in crime, my wife. She literally is. She's been aiding and abetting me running from the law for about 7 years. But I always describe myself as, everybody who's seen my shtick knows I'm a recovering lawyer. Does anybody want to hear a funny story about this? Usually I wouldn't build this up, but this is pretty funny. I can't make this stuff up. I was in my community recently, or a year or so ago, and this part isn't funny, but it's we had some mental health nurses doing workshops in our community. So I always pop in to see what's going on. In any event, it was going great and everything's wonderful. And I'm on the ferry on the way back to Horseshoe Bay, and I see the PhD and her two nurses that were helping. So I go sit with them, and they're like, "Hi, how you doing?" And I'm like, "Yeah, it's so great you guys are doing work like this." And then, and they're like, "Oh, I'm Shane Jackson." They're like, "What do you do?" And I'm like, "I'm an artist, but I'm also a recovering lawyer." And the two nurses sitting across from me start kind of giggling, as people generally do. And the PhD looks at me and she's like, "Really? Can you tell me about this?" And I'm like, "Well, I try and stay away from the law." Well, she thought I said recovering voyeur. But it gets worse. It gets worse because she's asking me, she's like, "Well, how do you deal with this? What's your sort of thing?" And I'm like, "Well, I try and stay out of court." And she's like, "Well, how often are you in court?" And I'm like, "Once, sometimes twice a day." And she's like, in any event, my wife has been helping me with this, and to go from being a lawyer to an artist is a bit of a leap of faith for a wife. She's sort of like, so you don't want to be a lawyer, you want to be an artist. All right, then. My hands go up to you, honey. I'm so hopelessly in love with you. It's, And you're going to hear my sister's name come up a lot. Gina Jackson is the best business advisor you can possibly imagine. She advises my business. Just quickly to my business. Spiritworks is known for two things, really. One, I don't know if those pictures came up, but we do everything from small wooden pendants all the way up to public art. We make cool shit. And the second thing we're really well known for is that we give back. Our public service is pretty top-notch. And instead of listing off all the gazillion things we do, us and our staff and our partners, I did want to just touch one note, because I know I'm running out of time. I know I went over time. The Authentic Indigenous program that we started with Aboriginal Tourism BC. For all the corporate, I'd be remiss if I didn't tackle some of the corporate people as well as the governmental people. We have been responsible for the biggest shift in revenue in the Indigenous art industry that's ever happened, and it's been responsible for the biggest shift in control over the artwork that's ever happened. So, thank you. So I ask for your continued support. I know that the political people have been, you know, very supportive of this program, and I hope you look for the brand. Help us out. Thank you so much.